Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. I am Jack and welcome to my brand new video. So for around 1.5 years ago, I got notified on my Discord that there is a Discord Gunpla custom build competition. It was held by the creator by the name of Neorainsky on his Discord server. The competition basically to make our own custom Gunpla but with minimal customization since it was intended to be a beginner friendly competition. The rules are quite simple. The customized Gunpla was to be customized in a Gundam Breaker fashion, that is to separate the parts into head, body, arms, legs, backpack and weapons. No airbrush but spray cans are allowed. No add-on parts that is not the part of the original kit, for example like adding plat plates or some kind of add-on parts that could change the silhouette of the part. So it was very simple and very beginner friendly. The scoring was based on how much the entries got likes by all the members of the server. The one that got the highest amount of likes is the winner. The prize was a copy of Gundam Breaker 4 game on Steam, so I think, hey, that's quite nice. I always wanted a new Gundam Breaker game, so I do it. And so I started to think what kind of gunpla that I wanted to make for the competition, and then I remember that some months ago Space Marine 2 got released and the game was such a hype on the internet. Coincidentally, I just bought a new gunpla, the HG Dilanza Sol. So I decided that I am going to make a Warhammer or Space Marine themed custom gunpla. And so let's get into it. So these are the parts that I'm going to use, all laid out on the green cutting mat. Here I used Dilanza Sol as the base kit and I replaced the backpack with valuable pod or the Gian Falcon's backpack, and I replaced the head with Daryl Balde's head. I think the backpack head and its weapons weren't that good. Aesthetically speaking, it lacks the Warhammer vibe to them. So first I changed the head by using Daryl Balde's head, the backpack using the Gian Falcon's backpack, and then I used the Double Diver Ace's big giant sword because I was inspired by the Emperor's sword used by Gilliman. And lastly, I used Grace's short rifle from IBO weapon set 1 as the bolt pistol that the Space Marines use. For the color scheme, I decided to use Ultramarine's color scheme. Well, since they are the good guys and they are pretty much the poster boy of the franchise. After cleaning the knobs, I separate the parts that I intend to paint and sand them all with 1500 grit sandpaper so that the paint could stick a lot better. I usually don't do this kind of stuff, so I do this for experiment purpose only, and probably not going to do it again because I think it's way too tedious, but hey, lesson learned. I separated the joint parts because I'm going to paint using spray paint, so the built-up paint layers will be too thick, especially on the joints. Besides, the joints' original plastic color works well, so I didn't think I need to paint them. As mentioned before, I use spray paints for this project. The spray paint I used is from Deton Paint. Anyway, of course, I prime all the parts using primer gray since they don't have black primer to my knowledge. And next step, I use the black color to set the darker tone for my gunpla. Since Warhammer models have a dark tone, a darker tone is a good choice. Okay, next here I used the tone gold 24 karat to paint the gold parts. I used this color instead of regular gold because this special color is really good. Next, here I used indigo blue for the main color. I actually don't really plan on using this color, and I actually intend to use a darker shade of blue. And interestingly, the indigo blue does not have those glitters, and so I used it. Next color is dark gray. I used dark gray for the parts that have supposed to be joints, but they are molded in the same plastic color. And yes, of course, I have to mask them before I paint them. Next, I used white Gundam color spray. This one I had it for some time, but it still had a little paint in it, just enough for me to paint the parts that I needed. And after that, back to using Diton. I used special red color to paint the inner side of the thrusters or verniers, to add more color, make it look more interesting, and of course inspired by lots of customized Gunpla kits. And I also painted a part of the bicep parts using this color. Now I am starting to paint the weapons. First, I am painting the beam saber effect using cerulean blue. Why blue? Because I was inspired by the power sword from 40k. Okay, now I took a little break from painting with spray cans and painted some detail for the beam saber handle. I used, I think it's called Char's Red or something, Gundam marker. Okay, now back to painting with spray cans. For the big sword weapon, I used white as the base color to make it look bright. I am going for a lighter color tone. Next, I used yellow for the light color. And then I used orange to try to make the gradation. And I did yellow and orange and yellow again a couple of times to create that gradation effect, but it turns out to look like an orange Cheeto or something. But if you can look closely enough, the gradation is there, it's just very minimal. Okay, and after spraying, it's time for detailing using markers. I used DSP EAA chrome silver markers, and they are really good. So you guys can see that the chrome really shone. It looks like mirror finish. It's just impressive. I really like this thing, honestly. Next, I coat the entire kit using one layer of flat coat. And yes, the chrome paint that I've just painted become flat. And yes, I regretted it because I thought it will turn out sort of like a titanium finish, but no, it looks just like some kind of a flat gray color, looking way less impressive, honestly. But the gold still looks good, and I'm happy that it doesn't turn out that dull. I coat the entire kit using one layer of flat coat is because the next step is weathering. My plan is to add like shading effects on the entire kit. I used Gundam Real Touch marker, and I think it's a dark gray color. It's just not black if I remember correctly. The reason I used the Real Touch marker is the ease of use to make shading effects. Just draw it and then wipe it off with cotton buds or a tissue. No need for an airbrush. But do mind that it does not work on glossy surface. That's why I need to put on a flat coat first before doing weathering using the Real Touch marker. Okay, so after the weathering session, it's time to add glowing effects. I used a pinkish red Seed Edition Gundam marker and some white paints. I got the idea to add glowing effects on the sensors and eyes because of Warhammer Minis paintings, and I think it's very cool and I wanted to try it on this build. I learned it from watching various videos from different creators, but I learned the most by watching Eons of Battles and Squidmar Miniatures videos. Thank you for the tutorials. I can learn a new painting technique. Now, it was my first time doing this, so it's not perfect, but it's not too bad either, and it's actually very fun to do. I enjoyed every second of it. I painted for the eye, a sensor on the back, and sensors on both knees, and it turns out not that bad. It could be better though, but I was quite happy with the result. Lastly, I coat the entire kit with flat coat to finish up. I put on 2 layers for a more desired result. And now here's what it looks like. Here it is, the build finally finished. It's not perfect, but I am still quite happy with how it turns out. Of course, there are some parts that could have been done better, but hey, every project is not perfect. In fact, nothing is perfect. So I accepted it and cherished the good and the not so good parts of this build. You know, learn from the mistakes and keep leveling up, right? Okay, so back to the competition. Turns out I did not win the contest. I got fewer likes, so it's an automatic loss for me. But that's okay, because I didn't really play games that much now these days. Very busy with real life and other interests, so yeah, I guess it was never meant to be mine since the first place. But that's okay, you know. I enjoy to build and I also enjoy to be part of the competition. Although I did not win anything, at least I can learn some new things working on this project, and I am very grateful to experience it. So maybe a little bit of explanation about this project. The name BALDELAZA, where did I get the idea for that name? I get the idea by merging Daril Balde and Dilanza's name. That's it, no deeper meaning. And maybe for a little lore, well, I would like to think that it is an upgrade of the Dilanza Sol. Like the BALDELAZA is developed specifically for jittered heavy machinery pilots that have the skills equivalent to ace pilots, so you know they are used by special soldiers. And I think that concept matched with the whole Space Marines thing, that they are the Emperor's angels of sorts. I think it's an interesting story or background for this guy. And so, what are your thoughts on this build? If you have any thoughts, please put them in the comments below. And if you like this build, you can like this video. It's free, and a like for this video would be very much appreciated. Also, feel free to share this video with your friends or relatives if you find it interesting, and feel free to subscribe to my channel to see more of my work. And yeah, I'm actually working on a new project, but I mostly update them on my Instagram. That is at Jack014Studio if you want to follow me on Instagram. And yeah, that's all for today. Thank you for watching and have a good day, everyone. See you in the next video. Bye.